What is going on, Op Warriors? It's your boy Edward V, and today we're going to talk about an important question. Do diets actually work for fat loss? Are they even necessary? Let's go ahead and break it down in this video. Stay tuned. Before we start, this video is brought to you by yours truly, Fledge Fitness and the Fledge Fitness Jump Rope. If you haven't gotten yours yet, what are you waiting for? With an ergonomic design, aluminum handle, and swivel design, you can't go wrong with the Fledge Fitness Jump Rope. You can click on the link down in the description box below. And of course, as always, guys, thank you so much for your support. Now, let's go ahead and jump right into the video. All right, so every year, I don't know if you guys know this, but every single year, US News ranks the top 100 diets in the world. And normally, you could almost bet the house on it that the Mediterranean diet is going to sit at the top. Either top 3, but usually number 1. And it's usually followed by the DASH diet. And I believe the last list that they did, the flexitarian diet was number 3. And I think intermittent fasting was like 70 or 77, which is kind of weird because intermittent fasting is not an actual diet per se, as opposed to just an eating regimen. It doesn't really tell you what to eat when you're eating, but that's besides the point. So Mediterranean diet is almost the media consensus number 1 diet in the world. And when they rank the Mediterranean diet and the DASH diet and flexitarian diet, they rank them on a few metrics in terms of weight loss, diet weight loss, how healthy it is, how much grunt work you need to do to put it together, how pricey it is. And that's how they come up with the metrics of which one is the best. For example, the Mediterranean diet doesn't have better weight loss than the DASH diet, but they're similar in their system in terms of being high fruits, high vegetables, having raw foods and whole grain foods. But with the Mediterranean, it leans more towards fish and things like that, while the DASH diet leans more to like chicken and things of that nature. Both try to limit saturated fat, try to limit highly processed foods, etc., etc. But my question is, what does all of this even have to do with weight loss specifically? Because basically, every single diet should just be either number 1 or number 100 when it comes to weight loss. When it comes to health and all of that stuff and blood sugar and all that, the nutrition and the mixture of nutrition and the volume of how much nutrition you get, that matters. But when it comes to weight loss, why even measure that metric when weight loss is entirely controlled by how much you actually eat? The thing that makes intermittent fasting unique is not because it is a diet that is competing with all these other diets. It is a system that helps you control calorie intake while also helping you utilize more of your body fat energy substrate when you are in a fasted state, when you have flipped that metabolic switch and you're using fatty acids, converting them to ketones to replace the glucose that your body has already depleted. So basically intermittent fasting, and you could say the keto diet as well, but with intermittent fasting, you're not consuming fats that are replacing fats. You are just consuming nothing during that time. With intermittent fasting, you are doing physiological things that is helping you not with weight loss per se, but with a higher percentage of that weight loss being body fat. Now, nothing is in a vacuum. Nothing is a one-sided coin. You do have to consume protein and also do resistance training and also do cardio to limit the loss of things like muscle tissue or a reduction of lean mass. You have to add to it so that you can promote more of your body fat to be used. If you don't have any energy, if you are at a net negative energy balance and your body realizes you're not really using your muscles, your body can say, hey, you know what? Instead of using the emergency resource, which is body fat, let's take some of this muscle via glucose neogenesis and just turn this into the energy source that we need. It's going to happen if you don't actually protect your muscles. So you need to be going to the gym, doing resistance training, to make sure you give your body all the signals in the world that, listen, this last resort substrate that I want you to use is body fat. So get to it. So the question that I'm tackling of this video is, what's the point of these? Why are people always looking for the diet that is going to make them lose weight the fastest, or make them lose weight better than the other diet? The diet that is going to be the best diet for anybody is going to be the one that you can do. The Mediterranean diet is kind of pricey. If you're going to be buying those whole foods, whole stuff, then you have to take into account your finances and your economic standing to see if you could sustain this, not just for 3 months, not just for 2 months, not just until you lose your weight, but forever. Because if you don't do the Mediterranean diet forever, and this is the diet that you choose, you will gain all your weight back. The issue that I have with picking a specific diet system that tells you eat this, this, and this, and nothing else, is its inherent limitation and its unrealistic nature for longevity. That's why I don't think any diet is actually that beneficial in the long term. What is the most beneficial is whatever allows you to eat in an incredibly open-ended way, where the only metrics that you need to worry about are if you're getting your nutrition, if you're getting the macronutrients that you need, protein, carbohydrates, fats, and if it meets your caloric goals. And I say this because sometimes you don't want to lose weight, sometimes you want to build muscle, sometimes you want to gain a little bit of weight, sometimes you want to maintain the weight that you have, and sometimes you want to lose weight. So if it meets your caloric goals, if it fulfills the nutritional standard that you need for your body, and if it fulfills the macronutrients that you need, that's the only thing that matters. Those back end numbers are the only thing that matters. The actual food itself being incredibly specific, just eat fish and just eat these raw vegetables, that does not matter. That essentially does not matter. So this video is simply a thing so this video was made just to let you guys know, stop harping so much on what is specific diet is good or bad. Stop thinking so much about that. Eat the things that are easiest for you to eat, that meet your nutritional goals, that meet your caloric goals. And that's all that you need to worry about in terms of a specific food diet. Because at the end of the day, no matter how good that diet is, if you can't afford it long term, and if you can't stick to it long term, it's a throwaway. Because you'll still gain your weight. You'll just have an acute time frame of success, and then you're gonna go back to the way you were before. Hopefully this video has helped you guys and broken down and explained it a little bit more for you, so you kind of understand that diets really, if you pull back, don't actually matter. Just the back end numbers of the nutrition matter, and that can be constructed any way that you like. Once you get that understanding, life should be a little bit more free for you, and you should be able to reach your goals in a more personal style that's very unique and specific to you. Of course, I want to thank my patrons for my Patreon. I'm going to go ahead and put their names right up here.